1 or 2, all of the group stage matches in the ongoing CHAN tournament. Of course, I can confirm to you that we now have the final 8. Yes, of course, the quarter-final fixtures have been confirmed for the CHAN 2024 tournament. We've got Kenya against Madagascar, Morocco against Tanzania, Uganda will play against defending champion Senegal, and finally we've got Sudan against Algeria. Well, if you look at the teams that made it to the quarterfinals, you definitely need to give kudos to the host teams. All of the 3 host teams made it out of the group stage. Talk about Kenya, talk about Tanzania, and of course talk about Uganda. Of course, meaning that they actually prepared for this tournament very well. I don't think a lot of people gave them the chance going into this tournament, but then they have done very well for themselves. And looking at some of the teams that crashed out, apart from Nigeria, we also had Zambia crash out, and of course we saw South Africa with one of the best leagues in Africa. They also crashed out from the group stage of that particular competition. Well, for the Super Eagles Team B, they would earn the sum of $300,000 despite their exit from the competition. Well, Nigeria will earn their reward from CAF for finishing 3rd in their group following the conclusion of group stage games at the championship right there. That is equivalent of 460 million naira. Yes, so the boys would be 460 million naira richer as at yesterday after the game right there. Well, speaking of the CHAN Eagles, they will arrive the country tomorrow. There is no point in waiting after you've been eliminated again. They will arrive at the Nnamdi Azikiwe Stadium in Abuja tomorrow. Well, a lot of people have said they should also be arriving with $100,000 to give back to the nation right there, because they were expected to get $100,000, but then with this performance they should be the ones to give the country $100,000. Well, it was a good experience for the guys. For some of the guys, they were making their debut in a CHAN tournament representing Nigeria. Aside Sikiru Walimi is the only guy who has been in this tournament before. So for all of the other guys, yes, this is going to be their first ever tournament, and hopefully Nigeria have learned a lot of lessons from that particular one. We saw the likes of Ebenezer Akot, yes, the young goalkeeper in goal for Nigeria yesterday, and what a fantastic stint he has been for the 16-year-old right there. Don't forget that he was in goal for the Flying Eagles of Nigeria during the just concluded WAFOB Under-20 tournament, where Nigeria finished second in that one. Hopefully we can build on this particular one and look forward to next time. Well, it means that Nigeria's that one. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go straight to the camp of the D Tigers. Let's talk about basketball. Well, this is no longer news. The D Tigers of Nigeria will be in action later tonight as they face off Senegal at the FIBA AfroBasket 2025 in Luanda, Angola. It's going to be a battle of firepower and size. Nigeria shooting efficiency against Senegal's rebounding dominance. With the semi-final ticket on the line, and of course a place in the World Cup also on the line for these two teams. A lot of things at stake for these two teams right there. Talking about Senegal, they are the most successful team in the history of the AfroBasket. They have won it 5 times as against Nigeria, who have won it just once. But then the last time Nigeria won it in 2015, they defeated Senegal in the semi-finals of that one. Hopefully Nigeria can, of course, take a cue from this one, defeat Senegal and go ahead to win the tournament as well. The game is 7 p.m. Nigerian time, Senegal against Nigeria. We'll talk more about this on the show this afternoon by 3:05 p.m. Yes, we'll shed more light on this at the ongoing tournament 2028 National Sports Festival. Well, this sharing development was made public by the NSC Director General Honorable Bukola Olokpade during the courtesy visit to the Bayelsa State Government House Yenugu at the state capital. Well, he led the delegation that included the Vice President of the Nigeria Olympic Committee and former President of the Athletic Federation of Nigeria, Chief Solomon Ogba. We've also got former Nigerian long jump record holder and Olympian Yusuf Ali, not forgetting Director National Sports Festival, Mrs. Okpara Tekla, and of course the sports medicine consultant, Dr. Oyudo Paul. Honorable Olopade led the team to inspect facilities before announcing the 2028 Sports Club of Ibadan.
Bíṣẹ̀kẹ̀rẹ̀ bá ti tó kóńgà tẹ̀lé àtẹ̀lé ìjó máa tẹ̀lé antrans dákun kóńgì lélo fún mi jàre àtẹ̀kọ́dé challenge àgbàgúrú maraji àwọlé pẹ̀lú bugatti ankara lórí fasasi ìjẹ́mi bá dango òkè mọ̀ kó ẹ má jẹ́ kó dìjà olóṣò yapa ni kó dìjà o pẹ̀lú sòkòrò péńgbé àwọn ọmọ ìmọ̀ létí ẹ má sòkò fẹ́ yẹ twitter alọ́mọ mẹ́ta fẹ́ yà spíkà fúnra bàtà fẹ́ yà bọ́mbà tẹ́sẹ̀ lẹ́wọ̀n tún wúdì dáhùn Ìbàdàn ni mo wà.
Yes, of course, Ibadan came alive yesterday as the players, officials, and supporters of Shooting Star Sports Club staged a colorful road parade, of course, to usher in the start of the 2025-2026 MPFL season that will kick off this weekend. The historic parade, the first of its kind in the club's illustrious history, departed from the iconic Liga Salami Sports Complex at Damasigba. Of course, roaming through major streets of Ibadan. It was definitely a spectacle of colors, sounds, passion as trumpets, vuvuzelas, and talking drums echoed the pride of Oluyole warriors across the ancient city. Well, unlike the traditional trophy parade reserved for champions, this particular initiative was designed to strengthen the bond between the club and its ever passionate fan base. It offered supporters, both at home and abroad, an opportunity to feel connected, identify with their beloved players, and of course rally behind the team ahead of the new campaign. Well, according to the chairman of the club, Honorable Taiwo Lekan Salame, he said the parade reflects the parade reflects the visionary leadership and of course the tireless working of the team to reposition Shooting Stars as a true community club, building the gap between terraces and the pitch, and of course restoring the age-old bond between the team and of course its teaming supporters as well. Of course, fans and well-wishers across Nigeria and the diaspora have been hailed for their unflinching loyalty to the club through thick and thin right there. And of course, the management reaffirmed its commitment to making Shooting Stars not just a football club but a family that unites people through the beautiful game of football. Well, as the Oluyole Warriors march into a fresh season, the hopes are definitely high. Of course, the renewed spirit of togetherness and the spirit of millions, the support of millions of fans worldwide would propel the team to glory right there. Speaking of Shooting Stars on the show this morning, they will begin their league campaign this Sunday at the Liga Salami Sports Complex in Damasigba, of course, against Bayelsa United. Yesterday, Shooting Stars also unveiled their new kit for next season. Of course, in the post on their official X handle, new season, new look. Our 2025-26 home shirt is here, and of course, it is a pure class. That one was unveiled with one of their top players, their defender Bolagade Adelowo. And according to Shooting Stars media officer, he says the replicas will drop both online and in store right there. We wish the Oluyole Warriors all of the very best going into the 2025-2026 MPFL season. Alright, still talking about your state on the show this morning, ladies and gentlemen. It was all about Team Your Heart, the Southwest Zonal elimination for the National Youth Games, the under 15 one that is scheduled for Asaba Delta State from August 26th to September 6th. Of course, the competition that was hosted by the Oyo State government was held at Lake Salami Sports Complex in Adamasingba, Ibadan, and of course at the Obafemi Awolowo Stadium, Liberty Road, Ibadan, with Team Oyo delivering outstanding performance that ended.
Listening to Sports Drive on I-FLIER 103.3 FM. We've just seen the most exciting La Liga season ever. But what if the best is still to come? Get ready to see what you've never seen before.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is good to know that you are still staying tuned to the perfect choice station for you out there who are the I-FLIERs. In case you are just joining us, it is a sports drive this lovely morning with the sports umpire PELUMI ADEOSUN. Yes, this one you are listening to is the Real Madrid anthem. Yes, yesterday was a Tuesday night football in the Spanish La Liga, where Real Madrid began their La Liga campaign under new coach Xabi Alonso with a 1-0 win over Osasuna, courtesy of a Kylian Mbappe penalty goal right there. The French striker was last season's European Golden Shoe winner, scored early in the second half after he was fouled in the area by Osasuna defender Joan Cruz. But then Kylian Mbappe stepped up and converted the spot kick, which was enough to seal the point in Xabi Alonso's first game in charge at the Santiago Bernabeu, with Real Madrid now unbeaten in their opening fixture of a league campaign since 2008, where Trent Alexander-Arnold, Dean Howson, Alvaro Carreras also made their Real Madrid debut right there. Meanwhile, the likes of Jude Bellingham is still out injured, sidelined until October as he recovers from a operation to solve a recurrent shoulder issue right there. Yes, we are looking forward to a very competitive 2025-26 Spanish La Liga season right there. Let's move away from that one, guys. Let's go talk about the PFA awards that went down yesterday. Yes, the Professional Footballers Award, where it was all about Mohamed Salah. Undoubtedly won the PFA Player of the Year right there. Well, he became the first player to win the accolade on 3 occasions after playing a key role in Liverpool's title success last season. Well, talking about Mo Salah, he defeated his other teammates. Talking about Alexis McAllister, Manchester United captain Bruno Fernandes, Newcastle striker Alexander Isak, Chelsea forward Cole Palmer, and Arsenal midfielder Declan Rice, who are also on the short list of that particular one. Morgan Rogers of Aston Villa, who is now with Morgan Rogers of Aston Villa, rather, yes, he won the Young PFA Player of the Year in that particular one. Meanwhile, goalkeeper James Trafford, who joined Manchester City last month, has been named the Championship Player of the Year after keeping 29 clean sheets to help Burnley finish second and secure automatic promotion to the Premier League this season. Talking about the team of the year, that one was dominated by Liverpool and Arsenal players. We've got goalkeeper Martials, defender William Saliba, Gabriel Magalhaes, Virgil van Dijk, and Milos Kerkez. Midfielders Alexis McAllister, Ryan Gravenberch, and Declan Rice. I'm talking about the forwards. We've got Mohamed Salah, Alexander Isak, and Chris Wood. Well, this one has also generated a whole lot of controversies. Which player do you think should be there that is not on that list, and which player do you think should not be on that top 11 right there? We'll talk more about this afternoon on iSports. Yes, to make it a time with us right there. Let's move away from that one. Let's go talk about Alexander Isak and Newcastle. Well, yesterday Alexander Isak released a particular statement on his Instagram and explaining why it was not the way it was named in the Premier League team of the season. He says promises have been broken by Newcastle and that the relationship cannot continue. He's looking to force through an exit this particular summer right there. Well, in a later statement, Newcastle also released their own, saying that their disappointment, no commitment has ever been made by a club official that Alex can leave Newcastle this summer. They reiterated the fact that they want to keep their best players, but they also understand that players have their own wishes and they want to listen to their views. Well, it seems that we have not seen the last of the Alexander Isak and Newcastle debacle right there. Isak has been the biggest talking point of the summer window that will close on September the 1st. Liverpool have made a bid, £110 million bid that was initially rejected, but the big question, will Liverpool be yet to return? Will Liverpool return with an improved offer for the 25-year-old? Yes, we don't know yet. Maybe time will tell about that particular one. Still talking about transfers on the show this morning. Let's take some transfer stories out of the way before I say my BYE is on the show this morning. We are exploring the viability of a move to sign Senegal striker Nicolas Jackson. Of course,